Hey everybody, welcome to the Film Threat live stream. This is Hollywood on the Rocks. I'm Alan Ng, editor-in-chief at Film Threat, and before you turn off, Chris is going to join us on the stream. He is on the road to San Diego, and so I'll be kind of be the man behind the chair, the man on the chair, at the chair, man on the chair. I'll be running things. I'll be going through your chats, your super chats, answering questions, and we'll be talking about Nope, a couple other films, and then of course San Diego Comic-Con starts next week, and we have a lot of events coming up at San Diego Comic-Con. So be sure to smack that like button, subscribe to the Film Threat YouTube channel, subscribe, go to the Film Threat website, filmthreat.com, and let's get things rolling as I run this whole thing all by myself. Let's do this. Okay, this is going to be fun. Hey, let's welcome Chris Gore. Chris Gore is the founder, publisher of filmthreat.com. He is also I'm going to just say executive producer of the Attack of the documentary, as well as the upcoming Film Threat documentary. Hey, Chris, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Are you there?
I'm doing good. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I have to refrain from
dude. I'm the director of Attack of the Doc.
Okay, so you're not producing it at all.
Well, I'm also producing it. This is
yeah,
when you make an indie film, you have like 9 jobs. I am on the road actually to San Diego Comic-Con. We've just hit. The one thing is never mention, hey, we're blazing. We're getting there so fast. There's no traffic. And as soon as you mention that, there's traffic. We're about 2 hours from the nuclear breasts. Anyone who drives from LA south to San Diego knows exactly what I'm talking about. I mean, it's an Instagram. It's a taggable Instagram location. Mm-hmm. And I have to do my annual video where I take a video of it. Anyways, yeah, we got a lot to talk about today, Alan. It's going to be an interesting show. I'm looking forward to preview night at San Diego Comic-Con. Mm-hmm. I hope to see people there, and you're doing a great job already. Yeah. I'm really impressed.
Well, thanks. Well, it's funny. It's I'm hoping to leave after this and head down to San Diego and get my badges and do preview. But weirdly, you're probably going to pass my house in about a half an hour. So.
Yeah, I came from Pasadena. This is, what is that one sketch from SNL where they say,
the California.
The 130, yeah, the 134 to the 210 to the 57 to the 60 to this is like, that's a real thing. So
yeah. In fact, all the directions they give are legit directions on how to, on not how to get not only the freeway system of LA, but actually how to get to places from LA.
No, it's great. I love that sketch, but I think they've killed it. They haven't done that sketch in years. But we've got a lot to talk about. So who's in the chat? Because I can't tell.
Yeah, Darius Munchausen, thanks for the super sticker. Greatly appreciated. Shelby AC is here. Yeah, I shouldn't. This conversation's going on, and I'm just bringing those up. Let's see. Hi, Richard.
Let's see who's in the chat. I want to say hi to everybody. Hail chat. Hope you guys are doing great. I'm on the road to Comic-Con.
Yeah. Hey, Bear Down Adam. What's up, Alan? Yeah, I'm running the show here, and I'm going through chats and trying to talk. Fun. Legally curated. What's up? Hey, Ferd Turgeson. Hail, Ferd. And we do have a super chat. Want to thank Jammin' D. Alan, forget Chris. You're the man. That's right. Let's never forget that.
Alan, so wait a sec. Alan, can you read the chat and run the show at the same time?
Probably not. So this is going to be the fun part is if I'm talking, I'm totally missing your messages here. Let's see. Clay Jarnack, Heidi Ho, Infinite Maine. Hey, Alan, Chris, and driver. Who's driving?
It's my friend Adam, and he doesn't want to be on camera.
Okay.
He says he doesn't want to be on camera. I won't pan over. My friend Adam, who looks like Safety first. So he's driving. I'm in the passenger seat, but Adam is the spitting image. He looks like Clark Kent with his glasses right now. I'm not joking. I'm sure he's heard that.
What does he look like without his glasses?
Well, who knows? Who knows? Right. Kryptonian? I have no idea. But yeah,
Luther Talbert, $5 super sticker. Thank you very much.
Nice.
Yeah, we've got Shelby AC. I think I mentioned you. Joshua Levesque is here. Len Barnett. He says, "Hail, Chris." John Richards. Hola, hola. Okay, hey. So, yeah, I
Wait,
just happened to see you yesterday at my.
real quick. Did you say hola?
Hola. I read. I'm like our president. I read what's on the screen.
Well, you and Biden have something in common, I guess. You just
Yeah.
read what's there. You, Anchorman, Biden. Anyways, yeah. So we got a lot to talk about. Alan, you're running the show.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, we another super chat. $10 from Ron Hall. Chris, long time. Enjoying seeing you back online. Thanks for advocating Hindi films, the most exhilarating films around today. Good luck with your doc. Yes.
Thank you very much. Yeah, the doc screens tomorrow. Tomorrow at 7 p.m. at the Hillcrest Landmark Cinemas.
Yeah.
If you can make it there by 6:30, we're gonna have an overflow line, and we're gonna pack the screening. So if you don't show up, you're not getting in.
You do not need a Comic-Con badge for it either.
No, there's no comment. This is not. We're screening during Comic-Con. It's not part of Comic-Con. Although we are doing a panel tomorrow at 11 a.m. and Alan, you'll be there.
Yes, I will be there. And then and then we have the screening that night. And then I think you and I have other panels coming up as well.
Yes.
All right. Jam and D, Chris. Forget Alan. You're the man. All right. So yeah, we just happened to run into each other yesterday at the AMC in Century City, and we saw Nope. And I think we've passed the embargo, so we can talk a little bit. But
we can talk about it. But Alan, I don't think we should talk spoilers because
absolutely.
If you talk about anything that happens in the second half of the movie, we can't talk about it. It's.
Yeah.
I mean, one thing I'll say without spoiling anything is, if you've seen the trailer, those things happen in the movie. That it's not the movie. It's not what you think it is.
Yeah.
And I love that aspect of it. Alan, I feel like we should just give our early impressions of Nope. We'll do a full spoiler review on Friday. But Alan, why don't you talk about it and tell me your thoughts?
Well, I mean, I always feel like it's okay to kind of talk about the first act.
First act, right.
Yeah, and anything that's
all in the trailer.
Yeah, and so I think that's as far as we'll go. But, I for those of you who saw my post, I've not seen the other Jordan Peele movies. I watched him on Mad TV. I saw Jordan Peele a little bit, or Key and Peele.
He wasn't on Mad TV. He was on Key and Peele.
No, he was on Mad TV.
Was he on Mad TV?
He was on Mad TV. I know this for a fact.
All right. God, I don't know.
Both Jordan Peele and Keegan-Michael Key were on Mad TV.
Wow. Okay.
And so I've not seen the other two movies. Part of it is because I'm not that much into horror. And, I always felt like, I try to stay away from movies that had an overly racially political message, which I understand is not in those films. But this one, so this is the first Jordan Peele movie I've seen. And I will say that I did have a good time with it. The thing that came up in my mind when the movie started was, this reminds me of this feels like a much better version of Signs. And, there's so much to talk about that can't be spoiled. I will say the opening moment of this movie is creepy and is so good. It's so intense. But yeah, I don't think it's spoiler to say this is an alien movie. It's his take on an alien movie. And it follows that basic trope of, it's a mystery. It over time, the mystery is revealed, and then the solution has to come in. How do you solve this mystery? And I think it did a really good job at that. I think when we talked, I think the sense I get is you like this movie you liked it better than I did, but at the same time, I did enjoy myself. I had a good time, and I think what I can say about the movie, it's very smart in the way things are done, but at the same time, I kept constantly comparing it to Signs, to M. Night's movie Signs. What did you think?
Well, one, it's not like Signs. I guess you can see it's in the same realm. Like if you were at the video store, if a video store actually existed, it would be next to it or in the same category. But this is, I think this is much better than that. Whatever you think of Signs, I actually enjoyed that movie. But
yeah, I did like it. I think this
But
is smarter than that, though. Yeah.
yes, no, Jordan Peele, he is channeling Steven Spielberg with this movie, where you're introduced to this family, the Haywood Ranch, right? They've got skin in the game. They're this ranch of, they've got horses that perform in movies, TV commercials, and whatnot. And that's their family business. It's a brother and sister story. The lead character, played by Chris Kaluuya, I'm pronouncing his name wrong, I'm sure, from, you've seen him in Black Panther. He was in Black Mirror. He is fantastic. He plays a character named OJ. They're like, your name is OJ? You're like, yeah, my name's OJ. Of course, that's sort of a running gag. But, you know, they've got this horse ranch and weird things start happening around the ranch. What I love about this film is the way it makes you, first of all, the best sound design of a movie I think I've seen this year, next to like The Northman. Just insane sound design where creepy things are happening, and it's all like, and we were fortunate enough that I saw an IMAX screening, and the sound is just so incredible. I think IMAX is the way you have to see this film, but it creates this creepy tone, and it's also very funny just because the characters are all like incredibly endearing. You know, they meet this kid at Fry's, which Fry's doesn't even exist anymore. Is that true?
No, it doesn't. I noticed that too. It's like Fry's is no longer here, but okay, we'll go.
I was just like, wait, I used to go to that Fry's. It's the Fry's in Burbank by the airport that has the alien spaceship crashed into it.
Yeah.
They meet a kid who works there that kind of helps them, right? They're trying to get video. They're trying to get the perfect shot. And it's not about, the goals of the characters aren't what you think. And you mentioned that creepy scene at the beginning of the movie. Listen to the sound. You know, when the Universal logo comes up, there's some audio that's being played. That is part of the movie. Like, that is not just some random thing that's thrown in. It is, that opening scene is so haunting. This is definitely horror, sci-fi. Like, I feel like it, and it's also like reminds me of, you know, we saw Top Gun Maverick this year, and it kind of like harkened back to a kind of movie that they don't make anymore, like a kind of old school summer blockbuster. It's not like filled with wokeness or agenda or any sort of message, right? It's just, we're going to entertain you, and this movie fits into that. I didn't feel that there were any aspects to me that were overly woke. Did you?
No.
Like,
no, not at all. You know, other than
not at all.
Other than his characters. The main characters are people of color.
Right. And that's, you know, it. It doesn't matter. You're caught up. God, I'm sorry. I'm trying to hold this. Trying to hold this thing, and it's killing my arm here. I'm going to flip it around. Anyways, we'll see if that works better. But like, it's what I love about the film is you just meet these characters and you just get involved in their story, right? It's just, it doesn't matter what the racial makeup is. That's not a part of the story at all. Right? I mean, it's a little bit at the beginning because they mentioned the story about the first photographed image ever was a black man on a horse. That's all true. And what I love about the film also, this is like, if you're a movie nerd, like you're a student of cinema, you are going to love this film because there's so much inside, and a lot of it might be a little too inside baseball. So I think that I'm more enthusiastic about Signs than maybe Signs.
Nope.
I did it. You put it in my head about Nope. I'm more enthusiastic.
So it is
Nope.
a version of Signs.
Well, I'm more enthusiastic about Nope than, say, other people were, just because all the movie references, all the, like, there's so many movie references to other movies, including one of the funniest references ever to Scorpion King. Like, how that, and it's organic, it's so good. And it's just, and it's also about the industry, how the industry is now. Like, so there's a lot of film industry stuff. I don't know that that's going to resonate with people. It definitely resonated with me just because I love inside baseball film stuff. And it even gets into like cinematography and like, you know, there's a cinematographer who's a character in the movie. Like, all that stuff is just like, I love it. It's like, this movie is definitely catering for movie nerds. And I think that Jordan Peele he's clearly a movie nerd. He is a movie nerd through and through. You know, a lot of people were comparing, like, he's kind of got a Hitchcock, you know, influenced by Hitchcock. This movie definitely influenced by old school summer blockbuster movies, in particular Spielberg. So, because it's got like elements of, you know, like, you know, you mentioned Signs, but also I would say Close Encounters of the Third Kind, among others. It's like, if you love all those movies, you will love Nope. and it takes a different take, and it's also very clever. I don't want to ruin too much. Stephen Yeun's character is fantastic. He's got this kind of like, family carnival in the middle of, the desert, close to the ranch. That's just sort of a tourist attraction, right? It's like a small, local tourist attraction. And the way that plays out and like the background of his character and the payoff, I just loved so much when you find out, like, kind of how it ties. I don't want to give anything away.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is I'm over the moon enthusiastic. It's not what you think. The trailers haven't ruined the movie for you. It just hasn't. And
you mentioned before what you see in the trailer, you think you know what the movie's about, and then you
don't know what the movie's about. You think you know what the movie's about. That's not what it's about. And I want to kind of cut myself off there. We're gonna do a proper review on Friday when I don't have to hold my phone while I'm driving to San Diego. But God, I really love it. I can't wait to see it again. I mean, it's also like I didn't expect this. I expected it to be something different based on Jordan Peele's previous work, but like it's just likable characters, fun. It's like it's as funny as it is scary, and the moments that are scary are freaking scary. Like I'll just say this: the last third of the movie, I was leaned over in my seat, just clutching my knee, just sort of leaning over while I was watching it, and I loved it. So I strongly recommend it. We'll go into more detail on Friday when people have had an opportunity to see it. It opens Thursday night, but yeah, totally unexpected and loved it. I'd like to hear what people are commenting in the chat before we talk about the next film. And I'm going to take myself off camera because I just have to, Alan. I just have to.
Right,
I'd love to hear what the comments are. Just say hail to everybody in the chat. Hope to see you in San Diego.
Okay.
But you'll be able to hear me. You'll be able to hear me.
Yeah, we'll keep you on. All right. Yeah, his arm is getting... So bear down, Adam. I love Signs, one of M. Night's best. Yeah, I'm definitely one of them. I think his first is always the best one. I find it interesting. I thought I was the only one who liked Signs, but there you go. From Zax, all I know for sure now is that one of you can't tell black people apart. I will say I've looked it up. Jordan Peele was on Mad TV. So
wait, was I right? Because I don't remember Jordan Peele being on Mad TV. Really? I mean,
yeah. Let me.
I just don't remember.
Yeah, I'm trying to find a
why
picture of him.
Why don't you look up Jordan Peele on IMDb and please call Alan out. Please call Alan out on this.
Okay, I'm going to do that. Jordan Peele.
I mean, I remember Key and Peele on Comedy Central.
I know,
but Mad TV was a long time ago. He would have been too young, dude.
Okay, hold on. I'll get this. I have this thing up here, and of course I have to scroll way down. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. There it is. So here's Jordan Peele's IMDb and Mad TV. He was on for 5 seasons or 4 seasons.
Those were the exact seasons I never watched.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, when they had that big, I think he was part of the big shift over when it went away from like Brian Callen, Artie Lang, and those guys.
I watched it. I watched it definitely in that era. When God, like freaking all the way back to like Jim Carrey.
Yeah, but I do remember that Key and Peele were on Mad TV together.
Gotcha. Okay, maybe that's how they met.
Here we go. Mad TV was hilarious. Yes, it was. At least the reboot was horrible. Jean-Yu, greetings, Alan and Chris. I was driving and listening, but now I'm home, and so I can join the chat. Well, welcome. Keep chatting away. Cavitano, Cavalryman Shea, please tell me no features a white Ford Bronco on their ranch. That would have been a great idea. Yeah, his name is Otis Jr. That's why they call him OJ. Okay, I bought a 14.4K modem at that Fry's. Yes, I bought mine at a different Fry's, the one in Anaheim. All right, Turo spoils the movie with better version of Signs. Yeah, I always wonder that. I even thought of that before I even said it, but I said it anyways. But I mean, do you think comparing it to Signs is considered a spoiler?
No. I mean, it's fine in the sense that, like, yes, it's, you know, it's in the same realm of, but I would not compare this movie to Signs
Yeah.
at all. I think
Oh, I would
Signs,
totally compare it to
Signs
Signs.
is people I think are mixed on Signs. So I
Uh-huh.
would say, yeah,
Well, I mean, I liken it because it's an alien movie, and there's this discovery portion of the movie, which is basically the first and second act, and then there's the third act where it's the kind of the resolution of everything, and that's kind of why I liken it to Signs. It's because Signs is essentially that, but at a larger scale than this movie.
yeah.
Lies. Signs is already perfect. That's from Shuxy. Yeah, it's funny because again, I'm surprised. Just I tend to like. Everyone accuses me of liking everything. Yeah, I do, and I like most of M. Night's stuff, and Signs was definitely up there with me. Turo says each Fry's stores had their own theme. A pirate movie theater was pretty cool. Yeah, Anaheim had the entire space shuttle inside. That's the one I went to. I believe the one in Garden Grove is kind of like a medieval castle. Torrance was Hawaii, and Whittier had Still Gears. So there you go. And Fry's is no longer, which is again, like you said, it threw me out of the film a bit because Fry's just ain't there anymore. Comic-Con is going to be exciting. Thank you, Box Epic 1YT. Adrian Curry says this is good news about the movie.
Oh, is that Adrian Curry?
It looks like her.
Oh, tell her, hey, Adrian, how's it going? Oh, I'm Adrian. This is the Adrian Curry. We're gonna have one of these days. I'll get Adrian on the show. Thanks for checking in, Adrian. This is awesome.
Yeah, welcome.
Shout out to my friend Adrian, who was on Tim Pool like a week or so ago. She's awesome, and just missed her. LA is not the same without her, but LA is not the same. What can you say? And
LA
it's always
hasn't been
fun
the
to hang
same
out
in
with at a
years.
con.
Yeah. All right, Sean Zamir, super sticker, gentlemen. Hey, welcome, Sean. Let's see, let's go through a couple more here. Let's see, Alan dropping some knowledge. That's right. I actually do watch this stuff. Let's see. Let's move down. Here we go. Zax, this like situation needs to be rectified. Smash it. At 100 like, Alan loses his shirt and we all win. Hey, speaking of losing my shirt, where is it? Why is this not labeled well? I'll find it. Here we go. All right. Let's see. Jordan Peele is a diversity hire. Yeah. Alan only remembers Bobby Lee. That's right. He was the only cast member of any consequence coming out of that show. Adrian Curry bows for us. Thank you. Let's see. Only Keegan was a featured member on Mad TV. Okay. But I do know he was on there, so I think we've got that. Jim Carrey was on Mad TV. Yes, he was in that first group of Mad TV. Let's see. Jim Carrey was on. That's right. Jim Carrey was not on Mad TV. Jim Carrey was on Living Color. I get my white people mixed up all the time. Let's see. Joshua Lebec, we want some Film Threat merch. Get it there. Yeah, shop at filmthreat.com. I've got my my Film Threat shirt on. Chris,
where do you go to get Film Threat merch, Alan?
You go to shop.filmthreat.com. It's right there in the comments.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
And and Brian Callen. Yeah, see, now you got me going. Is it in Living Color or is it Mad TV now? But Brian Callen was on Mad TV as well. Let me see. I've never seen Signs. Yeah, hey, I'm just looking for anything. Okay, so here we go. Adrian says there's no better version of Signs. Fuck off. Let's see. I'm just making the
Yeah.
comparison. I'm making the comparison in terms of structure and things like that. All right. Right. We're having fun here. Mel Gibson didn't make bad movies. Signs is great. Yeah. I mean, is it me or was Signs generally well liked when it first came out?
I don't remember. I remember I liked it, but I do think that people sort of, I mean, I don't know. I think people have rethought anything M. Night Shyamalan. I have no issue with it. I actually quite like the film. So
well, and people also rethought anything with Mel Gibson in it.
Well, that's true. I forgot about that aspect, but yeah, like yeah.
Okay, and I should say we do have memberships going on at Film Threat. I don't know what better way to plug it than that, but Zax, thank you for joining, and Joshua, thank you.
Alan, I can think of a better way to plug memberships.
Okay.
All right, so become a member to the channel. You'll get exclusive content, including members-only streams, along with like members-only social media posts, and join. We're gonna be doing some special when we launch our Critics Court show in August. There's going to be special exclusive content only for members. They're very affordable. It's like a monthly, it's sort of like a Patreon. It's like a monthly tip. And then you can also get member chats as well. So you don't have to super chat us all the time. You can just throw us a member chat and those will all get read during our live stream. So sign up for membership. And I've already posted a couple photos and other things there. Once we kick in, you're going to get a lot of exclusive stuff. Including also discounts on merch, which Shopify shop, and now YouTube can integrate with Shopify. So there you go. I'm wearing a Film Threat t-shirt actually in the photo that I uploaded on my avatar. But yeah.
All right, excellent. Oh, and Infinite Main, thank you for joining the membership. I don't know how to get these membership.
Oh, look at that! Thank you, Infinite Main. That's awesome. See, we got people joining this membership.
Yeah.
You should play, Alan. You should play a special video when someone joins as a member. And what video should you play? I know exactly what video you should play.
Yeah, this is where you want me to read your mind and let you know. Yeah, here's the video.
That's actually not the video, Alan. You know the video that everyone wants to see.
Oh,
come on, Alan. There you go. Every time we get a new member, we're going to play a fun video. So there you go. Right. Thank you for that. That's awesome.
Okay, let's see. Yeah, so Gotham Bat wants to know, Chris, when is this Star Wars trial thing happening?
The Star Wars trial is going to happen in August. We're going to announce a date in our community tab right after, before the end of July. When we're starting, it's more than likely going to replace this show. So what we're going to do is we may end up moving Hollywood on the Rocks, and this show will turn into Critics Court. What we're doing is we're putting Lucasfilm and Disney on trial for the murder of the Star Wars franchise. We have 9 charges that we'll be introducing in our opening statements, and we're bringing on YouTubers to, argue for the prosecution and for the defense. People watching are going to be able to vote on if they feel these charges stick. The trial's probably going to take about 2 to 3 months. So we're going to announce, but it's going to start in August. It will be a regular show, and each show will deal with one of the specific charges. It's effectively a debate show. So we're bringing on people who feel strongly that Disney and Lucasfilm has mishandled Star Wars, and people who love Star Wars. So love the current Star Wars, people who love Kenobi. So we're going to bring them on. We're basically going to force fans to have conversations with each other about this, because I hear all this chatter about toxic fandom, and it's like, look, people are very passionate. I think Henry Cavill had the best comment on that. He said, these fans are passionate, and Henry Cavill, by the way, very much knows his Superman, and I think he's I don't know why they don't just make a Superman movie with Henry Cavill. that's like $1 billion check waiting to be cashed. Like he just really embodies that character. And, we kind of got Superman at the beginning of his journey. Anyways, we're going to be starting the trial in August. So stay tuned for an announcement on a schedule of dates. And we can't wait because you, the audience, everyone in the chat, everyone watching, hail to all of you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your support. You are a part of this trial. There will be questions that will be asked during the trial. We're going to do like super chats at the end. We may have to do catch ups and all that, but you are a part of it and you will get to vote. So the trial starts in August is the short answer with a date to be announced. Yeah. But you know me, I like to talk too much. I'm looking at Adam's face right now as he's driving. I can already tell like that you talk too much. What can I say? I talk too much.
Yeah. I mean, right now our focus is to get through this weekend. And
yeah, exactly. We got to get past Comic-Con, and then I'm going to be in post-production on Attack of the Dock through August, but I can manage that and, do a show for like 3-4 hours every week. So, yeah, we're looking forward to it. So.
All right. Hey, Flaccid Phoenix,
like
he's at the airport
now, right?
Oh, was it?
What's that? Oh, hey, Flaccid Phoenix. Hey, I will see you. I don't know if you're listening to this. I will see you tonight.
Yeah.
See you tonight in San Diego.
I will hopefully be there. Do you know what time the preview ends tonight?
Preview ends, I think, at 9.
Okay, so I might be able to. I just want to get there and get my badge and stuff. All right. Solomon Thornton. I heard Jordan Peele is making a Get Out sequel. There's something to be said about not doing sequels. You've seen Get Out. Do you think it's worthy of a sequel, or do you just kind of want to contain it in that one movie?
No, I don't think it's. I mean, worthy of a sequel. But if they're not, it's like, look. Do you remember any of the sequels they made to the Blair Witch Project? I don't.
Yeah.
Do you remember? Like, take a movie that really was a cultural touchstone. I think that Get Out is a cultural touchstone. It really it's one of those movies that gets better with age to me. I really like that movie. I think surprised a lot of people because if you watch Key and Peele, you would not have expected that movie from the guy who did so many brilliant comedy sketches. One of the greatest comedy sketches Key and Peele ever did. Please, after the live stream, go look this up. Was Jordan Peele is in the room. He's like a consultant that comes in the room and they're pitching Gremlins 2. And it's like this whole board of executives, and he comes in and all the executives are pitching really terrible ideas for Gremlins 2. And he's like, it's in the movie. It's in the movie. That's a great idea. It's in the movie. And then what's funny is all of those ideas are actually in the movie. Like every single one, you're thinking, oh my God, that, person playing that executive just pitched a terrible idea. All those ideas in the movie. One of that sketch is great. And then the other sketch that I think is amazing is the aerobics competition with Key and Peele. And then Clint Howard is in it and he's holding up these signs, basically telling him, hey, your wife got in a car accident with your kid. Don't worry. I think they're okay. And then it's like something happened. It's just like an accident. It's such a great sketch. Just look up aerobics competition, Key and Peele, and then Gremlins 2, Key and Peele. 2 of probably the greatest comedy sketches I've ever seen. That I went and watched them multiple times. But you wouldn't have expected Get Out to come from that, on-camera talent and writer, producer, director. Jordan Peele is all of those things. But I can't wait to see Nope again, and I can't wait to talk about the movie and give you the reasons why I liked it so much, because I can't tell you what that is, because it's everything that happens in the second half of the movie.
Yeah, do yourself a favor Thursday night, go see Nope, and then let's talk about it Friday morning. The only thing I'd say about sequels is, Blair. You mentioned Blair Witch Project. There's a documentary that came out this year called the Found Footage documentary, and they talked about how horrible the creators of Blair Witch said it would have been horrible of them to actually do a sequel, just like the first movie, and that's why they went in more of the lore direction with the sequel than they did with the continued found footage, like Paranormal Activity did, by just continuing the trope.
They didn't even direct, as far as I know, they didn't direct the sequels.
They didn't direct it, but they definitely had influence over it, and it was definitely their bidding to say, don't do another found footage style for Blair Witch.
Well, who knows? I mean, at least it spawned a genre. It's also one of the most profitable, if not the most profitable, independent films ever made. I know that like the main cast were all gifted like $1 million each for their participation. It's a mile. Whatever you think of the Blair Witch Project, like it or hate it, it's culturally significant in the same way that the Ripaverse is culturally significant. Ripa closing in on $3 million for his Kickstarter campaign for his first issue of ESOM. I don't know if you've been keeping up with.
Actually, his site is the site is down, so the numbers are not there.
Oh, is it down?
Well, the tally page is down. The campaign page.
He passed 2.7 million. I know when I tried to get the comic on the first day, it took me till the next day to finally get it. But have you heard there's like theory? There are forums that are talking theories about the Ripaverse already. Do you want to hear one of the theories I thought was really cool? Okay, so we don't know, like ESOM, what does that mean? That's a kind of an unusual name. So the theory is that ESOM, the superhero character that he created, it stands for In Service of Mankind. He's kind of like his Superman. And I just think that's really cool that there's like layers to the story. And wait, what's it up to?
2.8 million.
It's got like more than 60 days left to go. It's gonna hit. I mean, I don't know. Could it do 10 million? I don't know. That would be crazy. Yeah. Look,
I mean, at some point, the interest, I mean, what 31,000 purchases or purchasers?
Yeah. It's all about. I'd like to see him get to 100,000 customers, because then those customers, like, you're doing that on a regular basis, it could end up being the best-selling comic book of this year.
Oh, definitely.
And I haven't bought a new comic in, I can't remember. I usually buy like graphic novel collections of things, which I'll be getting a bunch of that stuff at Comic-Con, I'm sure. But it's usually stuff that's older stuff, right? So yeah. All right, I'm gonna give my arm a rest here, because I hear that a selfie stick. I didn't really plan for this, Alan. I just, what can I say?
I mean, we've been talking about it.
Shout out to everybody. I can't wait. If you're at Comic-Con, please say hi. You'll recognize. Usually people recognize the top of my head from the hair. So
yeah, just look for that.
Look for that. Anyways.
Or the Asian towering over you.
Oh, sorry. Do we have more chat questions? Or
yeah, we do. We do actually.
Okay, sure. Sorry, Alan.
Adrian's back. Go tackle Gore.
I will. Thanks, Adrian. She's awesome. Right. Love Adrian.
All right, Flaccid Phoenix. Hey, we now have memberships joined for exclusive content. Yes. Do so. In fact, I found where all the we'll get those memberships up on screen pretty soon. Toxic Waltz 98 or Nate. Toxic Waltz Nate. I'm surprised Mad TV never got a film like SNL. Yeah, well, Fox versus NBC there. No, Jim Carrey was in living color. Yes. Again, like the president, I read whatever's on the screen. So Zax is a new member. Thank you, Zax. I'm just going down the line here. Infinite Main, $10 super chat. I watched Signs for the first time at my girlfriend's farmhouse on the edge of a cornfield. I didn't run screaming like a girl that night. Wasn't me.
That's great.
Wow, talk about perfect. Okay, Joshua Levesque, thank you, YouTube member. Willie Woodward for $4.99. Thank you for recommending me that ink writing site. Mr. Gore, it helped with getting eyes on my script. And thank you, Alan, for being such a cool sidekick. That's right.
Oh, okay, cool. Can I just say, first of all, whenever anybody asks me a question, if there's a way that I can help them, I'm happy to help them. And what he's talking about, it's a for anyone else listening to reference it, it's a website specifically to connect screenwriters with producers. So you take your screenplay, you upload it to this site. It's called Ink Tips. Maybe you can bring it up. It's either Ink Tip or Ink Tips. If you Google it, you'll find it. It is, and so you upload your screenplay, you do a little synopsis of it, and then a producer's like, I'm looking for a horror screenplay. It's set on a lake, and they'll connect you, and you'll get producers who have money looking to make movies connect with your screenplay. So use that website. It's Ink Tips, right?
Ink Tip, singular.
Ink Tip. Inktip.com. I'll remember it now. Just the ink tip. So there you go. If you're an aspiring screenwriter, use it. There are other resources for writers. Um, Other resources for writers that I would recommend. Another one called Lit Reactor, LIT reactor.com was created by Chuck Palahniuk, and it is a support group for it's an online support group for all types of writers, fiction, nonfiction like journalism, people writing novels, if you're writing screenplay, anything that involves writing. That site offers like online courses. They used to do like these.
What's the name of that site again? I'm sorry.
It's called Lit, L-I-T Reactor, litreactor.com. My suggestion is actually subscribe to their email newsletter. It's free. And you get there's writers writing articles about writing. So it's like how to be a journalist coming from someone who is a journalist. So it's literally a support group made for writers helping other writers get in the industry. It's a great website. And if you know Chuck Palahniuk's work, of course, he wrote Fight Club, among others. There's a Fight Club comic book, and I have not picked it up. If I can find it at Comic-Con, I'll get it. It's a sequel to the Fight Club movie in graphic novel form, and I'm dying to read it. So that's something I'm on the hunt for. But there's a lot of other. Stage 32 is another site that is a group for indie filmmakers to connect, which of all types. So if you're a cinematographer, if you're a writer, Studio 32. Excuse me, Stage 32.
Okay.
And I believe it's like almost like a social network. It's like Facebook for people who work in the film industry, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. And then I'll throw in my thing here for a few budding film critics. This is I just started using this. This is actually from Jordan Peterson's son, essay.app. It's a great essay. I've been using it actually to write reviews for the last 3 weeks, and it's an amazing tool. I won't get too far in it, but it's sped up my production quite handily.
Oh, there's another. Do you still use Grammarly, Alan?
I do use Grammarly.
Yeah, you might want to Grammarly basically corrects your grammar as you're writing. I find it. I mean, you can turn it off, but it's a great tool to check your work. If you're writing in Chrome. This is really inside baseball stuff. How many people are watching us live now, Alan?
285 people. Thank you for being here.
Nice.
Hey, I have something to say about Grammarly. When I wrote,
like button. Smash the like button and subscribe if you've not already subscribed. Alan, play that video.
I will destroy your ship.
Hey guys, who's the gay one in this again? Is it me? Am I the gay one? Wait, are you the gay one, Alan?
Yeah, I hit the first one that
video. Oh, wow.
There you go. I found it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I'll say this about Grammarly. When I wrote my Dune review, it was invaluable in terms of getting the spelling right of every character in Dune.
Oh, that's great.
I know.
Love it.
And I mentioned it online, and Grammarly was nice enough to give me a retweet on that one. Okay, let's see. Moving on here. Sorry. Let's see. Oh yeah, I saw signs in IMAX, and it made me jump so bad. Yeah, this is becoming a Signs review more than it is a Nope review.
Well, we can't really talk about Nope, but all I can say is this: I can't wait to see it again.
Yeah, but I mean, in terms of the vibe and the feeling, it was definitely the same. It's this: aliens are coming, and what are we going to do about it? And finding clever ways to again, going to the cleverness of it. Adrian Curry. People are stupid and like stupid movies. Signs and Unbreakable are solid. Yeah, definitely those two. Len Barnett. We turned after The Village. Yeah, The Village had a good idea, but it was kind of, in a way, it kind of telegraphed itself near the end there. You guys need to get Ms. Adrian Curry on the show.
We will get, Adrian, we've been talking over Twitter. So follow Adrian Curry on Twitter. Just look up Adrian Curry. She is a legit nerd. Like, she is legit nerd. So, she's not one of those like fake geek girls, which I don't know. I that was a thing for a while. Whatever. Adrian was never that. Always fun to hang out with at cons. Always an incredibly real person, and I'm just honored to be her friend. So at some point we'll get her on an episode. Maybe even on the critics court. Maybe she'll be a part of the trial. Who knows? Because did you see what happened today, Alan?
No.
Star Wars news. Okay, so Ryan Cannell, look at her. Look at Ryan Cannell's did a video about this. It's RK Outpost. Yeah. Shout out to Ryan. He did a video. So they released they do this officially licensed merchandise for Star Wars stuff, and they put out a line of clothing based on classic Star Wars movie posters. And one of the posters that they put out was Return of the Jedi. So you can buy Return of the Jedi merch through this company. Well, one of the classic posters of Return of the Jedi was poster B, is Princess Leia in the slave Leia outfit. They replaced that image with an image of Leia from Hoth. They literally have, it's the exact same poster. Look it up. It's the exact same poster, but it is Leia from Hoth instead of Leia in the slave Leia outfit. They're trying to get rid of anything sexy that was in Star Wars. I don't know how they're going to fix the shots of Carrie Fisher being braless in A New Hope. And then they're also trying to get rid of the word slave as if that's not a thing, Yeah. Look, real slavery exists in the world today. This is the unfortunate reality of our world. That is a thing that exists today. But the name of Boba Fett's ship is Slave One, and the name of the outfit that Carrie Fisher wore in Return of the Jedi is the slave Leia outfit. I know because I have an action figure of it. So maybe we can get Adrian Curry, I believe Adrian has dressed in that outfit. If I am not mistaken, Adrian Curry has worn a slave Leia outfit. We need to amend our charges, Alan. We've been getting a lot of, and I want to say thank you to everybody who has been sending us suggestions for charges, suggestions for guests. I'm saving them all in a Google Doc as we get ready to begin this trial. We will, we'll be using all those ideas. I appreciate it. So shout out to everyone. Thank you for all your contributions and your passion. But I feel like we need to changing Star Wars history by suppressing words like the word slave or removing Carrie Fisher, who looked amazing, by the way, in that slave Leia outfit. Oh my God. It's incredible. So there you go. Anyways, I'm just saying we're going to have to add that, I think, as a charge.
Yeah. So, and thank you, Adrian Curry, for becoming a member. I am falling way behind.
Thank you, Adrian.
I'm falling way behind on chats here. Hey, let me just say this. We talked about Lightyear and the kiss and the two mommies. This is, as much as I liked Lightyear, I will say this. That's what you call a virtue signal moment. That was a moment for Disney and Pixar to stand up and say, this is what we believe in. This is what we're standing behind. And the box office voted and said, no, that's not what it is. And the point I want to make is, you can throw this stuff into your movies. You can remove Slave Leia, but who's coming to the rescue then at that point? When they said we're going to present two mommies in Lightyear, no one showed up. The people who it was meant to be a virtue signal for, they didn't go to the theater. They didn't spend the money. They didn't support the film at all. And that should be a calling card to Disney to say, maybe the audience you're going after is not the one you want to, because they're not the ones, they're not coming to you. They're not spending the money on your product. And maybe it's everyone else who has been supporting you all these decades that you need to cater to.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like you've got to know your market. Look, Star Wars, if you look at the icons on Earth, and if you haven't seen the Marshall Lucas, the series that Marshall Lucas first time she's done an interview in 40 years. Or I think she's done an in-depth interview ever. We had Brian Wolk-Weiss from the Nacelle Company, who directed the series Icons on Earth. Shout out to Brian and the Nacelle Company. Watch that show. It's on Vice TV. Find it, see it. It's George Lucas originally said, I want to make a fairy tale. I want to make a movie that will appeal to 10-year-old boys. And I don't know who Star Wars is for now. I feel like they're almost actively going out of their way to alienate original Star Wars fans. And it's just everything. I don't know. The sequel, we could talk about the sequel trilogy up and down, but I think everyone was united in saying that final movie was a colossal disappointment.
Yeah, but the audience they were trying to go for never showed up. That's why does no one realize that? They didn't show up. All right. Masters of the Nerddom. Hey, thank you for coming a YouTube member. Yes. Oh, okay.
Awesome.
I thought all right.
Alan, you should go through the chats. I'm sorry. We're coming down. Where are we, Adam, right now? Like we're getting close.
Okay, let me know when you're close.
We're halfway on our journey here.
Yeah, Alan's a cool producer. Yeah, I'm so far behind in comments here because I know there's super chats that. So and here's
get to all the super chats.
Yeah, and I'm blocking certain people too. Okay, Akanika, thank you for becoming a YouTube member. Let's see. Always great to have more nerds in the community. Absolutely. Sorry, I know I'm skipping over a lot of stuff. I'm just trying to get to it. And of course, we're looking for the Adrian Curry comments. Replace it with Gore in a slave Leia outfit. Yeah, Chris. Show your support.
Yeah, well, all I can say is this: do not Google those words. Chris Gore slave Leia outfit. Do not, under any circumstances, subject your eyes on Google Images to Chris Gore slave Leia outfit, which may have happened at some point in 2012 at San Diego Comic-Con. I'm not going to say, but it may have occurred. Okay. Are you typing it in?
Let me see. Oh my God. Let's see. Well, I think I think that one's
those
fake,
images may be copywritten. We don't want the stream to go down, Alan. Alan.
Oh, yeah. Of course, things are slowing down for me. There we go. Aw.
No. Oh my God, Alan! Please do not. All right, one of these days, I will tell the story of that outfit. It'll probably be during the live stream of Critics Court, but when we're doing like chatting with the audience, when court is out of session. So court is going to be in session. Oh my God, you should see. We've even got like images. We've got these sketch artists that are going to be working with us during the live stream, and I can't wait. You'll be able to actually buy their work. I can't wait to show you the artwork that we have. I mean, we want to plan it right. So, yeah, hitting a little traffic here. I think we're past Anaheim, but
I will say I had it in my possession at one point in my life, but I had the there's my Mickey Mouse Big Fig. I had the Slave Mini Big Fig, and I wish I still had it.
Oh my God, Alan, we're coming up on the nuclear boobs. We're coming up on it. I can see it.
Okay, you can see it?
It's off in the distance. Really get much more boob-like than that. Everything I see reminds me of her. We're on our way to Comic-Con. Let's go. I'll show you live. We're getting it's right around the bend here, but we're hitting up some traffic. But once we get, I'll flip the camera around so you can see it. Cool.
Oh, by the way, we're at 355 viewers. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you being here. Be sure to slap that like button. Adam Nowakowski, guys, I'm so happy I found your show. I love movies and used to listen to a bunch of movie podcasts, but stop around 2018 when so many of my favorite critics became PC to a radical degree. Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. My news intake has gone down since 2018. All right. Let's see. Let's move on here. LOL, is that you laying on George Lucas? Oh, yeah. Let me pull that one up. Here we go. I know. Can I get this bigger at all? Yeah, but yeah, there's Chris laying on George Lucas.
That was at Star Wars Celebration. Like I said, it's a long story. I will tell the story of. I'll tell the story, but I can't. I want to be sitting and be able to tell a proper version of why I wore the Slave Leia outfit at Comic-Con.
We need that as a Chris Gore emoji. Gore.
Yeah, sure.
Gore Leia slave. All right. Going back to Adrian, this almost makes me miss San Diego Comic. This is going to be an interesting year at San Diego Comic Con. This is the first full post-COVID Comic Con, and I mean, it sounds like things are relatively back to normal. I mean, Marvel's there. I think the big difference is that Marvel Comics and DC Comics are not there.
So here we're trying. I don't know if you can see the.
Yeah, there we go.
Can you see it? Can you make me full screen or just
yeah.
so you can see it? Here, I'll roll down my window.
Oh yeah. Oops. Dang it.
Do you see it?
There we go. Yeah, there they are.
That's where we are, man.
You got to move over 2 lanes.
Look at that. Everything I see reminds me of her. There you go, folks.
Yeah.
Passing right by.
Yeah. And soon those will be completely shut down. And California will be nuclear free. All right. But
Alan, weren't you going to review some other movies today, or should we save that to Friday, or what?
I mean, we could save it, or we could talk about it. I
mean, there's some indie movies, but it seems like people want to chat.
Yeah.
First of all, it's great. It's great to not have to run the show. I can actually talk to you. I can look at you. I can listen to the chats. So I can't wait to see everybody. And people in the chat, if you are going to be at the screening, could you just type a Y? You're going to be at the screening, or you're going to be at Comic-Con. If you're going to be at Comic-Con, just press Y in the chat, just to give a sense of how many people are actually that we're talking to online right now are actually going to be at San Diego.
Yeah,
I want to get a sense of that.
Yeah. So would there be a better title than Nope, or is it fitting? You know, when it came up, when it kind of clicked in that Nope was the title of the movie, I thought, okay, this is perfect.
No, it's I think it, whatever. It's good marketing. It's I don't know. I all I can say is this: Jordan Peele has, whatever you think of the 3 movies he's made, we're still talking about him. He's a filmmaker that, like a Christopher Nolan, is a filmmaker that is worth paying attention to. His ideas, his uncharacteristic way of looking at things. He's trying to tell original stories. He's not making a sequel, not making some franchise IP thing. To me, Jordan Peele is a filmmaker that is, he's really, in this movie in particular, just feels like, oh, this guy he's channeling Spielberg in parts of the movie in a good way, in an original way, which I really enjoyed. So, yeah, I can't wait to talk about it, because we really can't say much of anything, Alan.
Yeah, absolutely. But it is woven in cleverly, and I do appreciate that. All right. Omar in 94. I'm interested in the ILM Light and Magic documentary on Disney Plus. Have you seen any of that yet? I'm interested in seeing it, actually.
No, I haven't. The last time I looked at Disney Plus was Kenobi. So.
Yeah, I mean, I've always been a fan of the behind the scenes documentaries, television shows, and this is probably the one thing on Disney Plus I'm looking forward to at the moment. Let's see. Love that Naked Gun movie. Hey, welcome, Flaccid Phoenix. Yeah, if you could help me star some of these, that would be great. Okay, let's see. Sorry, because I know we have super chats. I know I'm way behind here. So I'm just trying to scroll up and make sure I have everything here. Darius Munchausen, $1.49 super sticker. There we go. We're down here. If I can find these, I will put them up. Let's see. I live in San Diego. I used to worry about SDCC leaving. Now I could not give an F, but I'm happy to see Chris and Gary. Yeah, you're not the only one who has that feeling. It's, once you get rid of all your football teams, now you can get rid of San Diego Comic-Con. But I get it. I think it's, it's kind of like maybe we're putting too much of our city behind this one event. Let's see. Nope. Going through here. Let's see. The brightly hued peacock, which NBC called the bird, was adopted because of increased color price. This is a discussion that's going on that I don't know about. Let's see. Did we get this one? Okay. Sorry, this is me. This is me going through everything here. All right, I think So Chris is in Camp Pendleton right now. He is experiencing the internet lag. The reason I know that is I drive through here all the time, and this is this is where we lose him. All right, we'll go through a couple more comments. I think he'll be able to come back, and if not, then we may just end a little early. But Fritz Crawford, now they are putting down the idea of lack content creators because of Ripa's success. This is the thing that bothers me the most. It's aren't we supposed to be uplifting minority content creators? I'm going to use the word minority. I'm sorry. This is what I've grown up using. It's the hypocrisy of it all that bothers me the most. All right, Chris, you're back.
Water. Hey, it's okay. We're passing. We're getting close to Camp Pendleton.
Yeah, and I tell you, that's where the internet gets real spotty. Get Out was a brilliant film. People don't know how relevant it is. It's a warning of things like woke Hollywood. Do you agree with that?
Oh, well, there's like a huge helicopter out here. Whoa. Sorry, Alan, I missed that. Could you repeat it? I'm sorry.
I mean, so Darius Munchausen is basically saying that Get Out was brilliant, and part of it was warning us against woke Hollywood.
I think so. I mean, like part of it, yeah. Like the whole thing. Like, God, there's like a great line where one of the characters says something like, "God, I loved Obama. I'd have voted for him a third time if I could." It definitely is like, but it doesn't. Here's why Jordan Peele is really good. He's not telling you what to think, right? He's saying, here's weird shit that happens in the world. You make up your own mind. Wow, there's this insanely huge helicopter out here.
Yeah, I mean, they do a lot of maneuvers out there, so it's not surprising.
Yeah,
you'll be driving along there, and you'll see tanks everywhere. And
but I agree with that. It's like, look, and also like Jordan, and there's some really also interesting things in this movie about the movie industry. It's part of the film. It's a thread. I don't want to ruin anything, but the movie is also about like filmmaking in the movie industry, and they're trying to get, this is all in the trailer, they're trying to get this shot right, like, so it's really incredible. I don't know, I was just like, I can't wait to see it again. I don't think your average moviegoer is necessarily going to be as excited as I am about it, because there's a lot of movie nerd stuff, but if you like movie nerd stuff, I think you'll really like Nope.
Yeah,
bring at the camera.
The sense I got, I saw it in a room full of critics, in an IMAX room full of critics, and there was
the worst way to
afterwards.
see a movie. That's the worst way to see a movie, Alan.
I know, because
a bunch of critics.
Because people were, it's very quiet in that room, and I think there was a tepid amount of applause afterwards. And I think you're right. I think there's an element of, if you are a fan of movies, I think you're going to enjoy this movie a lot more than if you're just there for a story and just for, because I think it's as straightforward an alien story as you can tell, if that's not spoiling anything. Right. Let's see. Do you think there'll be anything on Avatar 2 at SDCC or D23? Definitely D23. I'm not sure about SDCC. There's a lot of rumors surrounding what Marvel and DC are going to announce here, and I kind of get
There was a rumor that Fantastic Four was going to be, the cast was going to be announced. Now they're saying it's D23 is when the Marvel cast is going to be announced. Is that right, Alan?
I have no idea.
You're going to D23.
And they're always rumoring.
You're
yeah. Oh, what were you saying?
No, you're covering D23.
Yeah, if I can get the press pass, I'll cover it. But I'm definitely not this year going to pay for it. So we'll see. Yeah, I mean those things are insane. Well, I mean post COVID, but D23 is just as crowded, and I think that's why you do see a lot of migration from San Diego Comic-Con to basically Anaheim. You know, at one point Anaheim was trying to get Comic-Con, and they decided to stay down in San Diego. Let's see. There's some, okay. Sorry. Get Out wasn't even an agenda move. It's secretly based. Yeah, I think there's definitely that to it. Yeah, the thing that I worried about Get Out and the other one, Us, or whatever it was. I always felt like that maybe they were trying to inject some politics into it, but I didn't get that feeling coming out of this one. Darius mentioned, never seen someone say that Get Out. What do you? Okay, again, I'm just going through the chats. This is me going through everything here. The message in Hello Get Out is just because someone tells you you're an ally doesn't mean you're their friend. Interesting. Let's see. Telling someone to think it. Okay, so clearly I'm not reading these things before going through these. Let's see. Marvel is dead to me since Endgame.
Flaccid Phoenix is helping out.
What was it?
Flaccid Phoenix is helping out, starring comments.
Yeah, he just dropped out. So.
Oh darn, that happens.
All right. Oh yeah, Chris's hair looks like he should be in a convertible. Hey, thanks, Nate Winchester. Let's
Wait,
see.
what?
So, yeah, I mean, what is, your Comic-Con starts tomorrow. What are your thoughts about the future of Comic-Con at this moment? San Diego Comic-Con specifically.
Well, I think a couple things. One, it's going to be interesting to see how many people wear masks. When I was at Star Wars Celebration, they had a policy that was, masks, on at all times, and only, I would say 80% of the people didn't wear masks, and about 20% wore masks. I've always been like, you do you, freedom of choice. I don't know. Are they going to? It's one thing to say that's what they're doing. It's another thing to enforce it. I don't know. I will say that the floor is probably less interesting to me. I'm more interested in some of the outside activations. Apparently, I just found out from my friend Adam, there is a 10 forward activation, which is a Star Trek thing. 10 forward, of course, is the bar. You can get drinks. So that seems like it would be fun. And it's put on by the same people who did the Blade Runner 2049 activation outside San Diego Con. There's the Burton Bash. You and I are going to on Friday, I believe.
Well, I have an improv show that night, so I won't be at that one.
Oh, okay. So that's right. You're doing your National Comedy Theater, is that right?
Yeah. So if you can't get in the Burton Bash, come to the National Comedy Theater at 7:30. We have a show. I'm in it. It's an improv show, and it's family friendly. I hate to use that term, but it's not dirty. That's basically what I'm saying there.
Family friendly comedy, Alan. Come on.
I know. Hey, there's money in family friendly stuff, and we happen to be making money doing that.
There you go.
All right. Hey, Adrian's back. I despise the term ally. Grow a spine and support yourself. Yeah, speaking as the person of color in the room, I always found it pandering. Honestly, it's like, it's white people coming in saying, "Oh, we're here for you, thank you," and it's just like, just get out of my face.
I know it just feels gross. I think when people use some of those terms and they use it, it doesn't feel earnest. It doesn't feel authentic to me. Like, I mean, I would just say to you, Alan, I am not your ally. I'm your friend. Yeah. There you go.
Well, I've always said, Chris, you're one of the good ones, and I appreciate that.
I'm one of the good white people. I'll take it.
Yeah, I mean, because allies to me, it's what we're doing now. We're just sitting behind a computer, liking and sharing things, and that's as far as our allyship goes. I mean, It's it's basically saying, I'm for you and not being able to take the risk with it. John long last name says, allies are not friends. Allies are only people who use you till you're not useful to them anymore. Yeah, we're not a political show, but I have a lot to. I've gone through that. I understand what you're saying. JC, you don't tell someone what to think. You change their mind through stories. Absolutely.
That comment. Exactly. You don't. This is the problem, I think, with this stuff. This is, because the thing is there have been messages in movies from the very beginning, and a lot of like movies that contain messages. But it's always like, you bring a horse to water, you can't make him drink, right? Like, these are ideas, and you are free to have your own opinion about those ideas. What we're seeing that's new is, if you don't like this idea, you're a bad person. And when this recent thing that happened with Kenobi and the Reva character, which I think they were doing damage control, because the show is it's just not a very good show.
Yeah.
It's just not a good show. And Moses Ingram, you can't blame her for that. She's an actress hired to do a job. She was failed by the director. She was failed by the writing. I believe she was failed by the costume design and the design of her character. She was really just failed by all the creative people around her in terms of how to position her character. And when you look at like the production of Kenobi, and if you've seen Stranger Things season 4, Stranger Things season 4, each episode feels like a movie. It's so big. Everything matters in the story. There's not a moment or a line that's wasted. But there's so many characters that have their own arcs that come to interesting ends, that pay off. Like, it just, and it's, just watch Kenobi and then watch Stranger Things season 4 back to back, and look at the level of quality. Look at the level of quality in those. I mean, it's there's such a divide, and that, I think, is the big issue people are having with Lucasfilm. Is you have Star Wars, things should be held to a higher standard. Although I will say this, I did see the leaked Mandalorian season 3 teaser that was screened at Star Wars Celebration, and it looks pretty. I got to admit, it looks pretty cool. In fact, it actually, for a moment, I'm like, oh my god, this feels like Star Wars. Like, you can look it up. I mean, after the stream, look up. There's a leaked video of Mandalorian season. It's like someone shot it with their phone, so it's not great, but it looked pretty good. It's about a minute, and I got to admit, but I just also look at, like, Kathleen Kennedy is the one who shepherded the Kenobi series. Mandalorian has been Filoni and Jon Favreau, and I think that they just have a different way of working, and they're maybe more in touch with the soul of Star Wars, for lack of a better term. So,
I've been watching Robert Meyer Burnett, and I guess he's seen some of Picard season 3, and he's very enthusiastic about the direction season 3 is going in.
Well,
so maybe the tide is turning. Maybe Andor is going to be as good as the trailers make it look out to be. Maybe.
Well, I mean, look. The Andor trailer looks interesting to me.
Yeah.
It just, like, I don't know. I don't know why we're talking about, like, a prequel, a character that died in the one movie he was in, Cassian Andor, right? So how much? I think it's just really hard to do prequels, because you can't, like, we know Cassian Andor is never going to die in the show. He's never going to die unless they make a clone of him, and the clone of Cassian Andor is the one that's in Rogue One. Like, there's just, this is an issue. The same thing with Kenobi. There's no tension with Vader and Kenobi, because we know they both live, because they fight again in Star Wars Episode 4: A New Hope. So you really need, when you're looking at doing a prequel, what are the stakes? What is this? What's important? And that's that's part of why I really like Nope, right? Like, once you realize what the stakes are, what is really going on, I can't wait. I can't wait for other people to see it.
Well, the thing about Nope is it's one of the few original ideas that the big studio is putting out. This is a Universal film. It's not an adaptation of anything. It's
that and Bullet Train opening in August.
And The Gray Man.
Although that movie, Gray Man, I don't care about that. Eric Weber saw it. He said it was terrible. But there's another movie we're going to be talking about. BJ Novak, I believe he wrote and directed it.
Yeah.
I'm seeing it on Tuesday, which we'll talk about next week, called Vengeance. Have you seen this trailer, Alan?
I've not seen it yet.
It's so good. I don't want to ruin anything. It's about a guy who briefly dated a girl who ends up, she's dead. This is all in the trailer, by the way. She dies tragically, but she has like pictures of him. So the family, because they discover him, like, oh, you dated this guy, invites him to like the funeral, and it ends up being like weird. So he goes to this like small Texas town for a funeral of a girl he briefly dated, and it's all the sort of weirdness that happens. And it's like, how did she die under weird circumstances? It looks like a really good awkward comedy indie film, and I like BJ Novak. He was not only on camera, but he was also a writer on The Office. So, yeah, that looks good. We'll talk about it next week, actually, after I see it.
Okay. Well, I'll be joining you at that screening.
Oh, did you get invited?
Yeah, I just sent my RSVP off now. Are you seeing Bodies on Monday as well?
You're seeing it on Monday? I didn't get invited to that. Can I be your +1?
Yeah, let me look into that. Because I RSVP'd for this weeks ago. But it's at the same place. Yeah. Okay, so
we'll talk about that later, Alan.
Yeah, I know. Talking business. Oh yeah, by the way, Asian turtle eyes. Yes, there's a reason why Asians have fewer cataracts than white people. All right. What announcement are you excited for at San Diego Comic-Con? Personally, I'm just so tired. I mean, with everything going on, the Marvel panel I think is the big one. So is the DC movie panel. But are we really excited? I for the first time, I think I'm more excited about DC than I'm for Marvel.
I first of all, I agree with you, Alan. I'm also not tired. I have tons. I am bouncing with energy to get to Comic-Con. I can't wait. We're like maybe an hour outside of town, about an hour. No, not an hour.
Well, you're halfway there, depending on traffic.
Yeah, we're more than halfway there. We're gonna get there. I'm gonna get here before 3. We may have to pull over and get some gas. We'll do that. That way we're gassed up. But what am I excited about? One, I have Marvel. I want to know what's going on. I kind of feel like, and I think, look, this is not an original thought. People are feeling Marvel fatigue. Where is Phase 4 going? Kevin Feige has said recently, and I think it's because he feels it, we don't know what the overarching story is. What was really interesting about Marvel Phase 1 was it was, it was telling the origin stories or like individual movies of, the Avengers and then bringing them together into a movie, right?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, we all knew we were heading toward Thanos and the Infinity Gauntlet.
Well, yeah, and that journey took 10 years. Where are we going with this? Are we building to Galactus? Is it Kang? Like, what are we doing now? So,
well, I mean, I hear the incursion's coming in, and I'm like, why are we doing the incursion? I guess to resolve all this multiverse madness.
I feel like the multiverse concept was wasted, in my opinion. The better multiverse movie is Everything Everywhere All at Once. I think that's a better use of the concept. But I want to know, and you saw it with like Marvel, their movies now, they do really well first weekend because you have Marvel fans are going to see everything first weekend, right? And then the second weekend drop is dramatic. I think people are just feeling fatigue, or at least want to know where is it going. As for DC, I'm very interested in what DC, because I want to know what's going to happen with the Batman 2. Are they going to announce villains, or at least what the direction of the Batman is, future direction. Secondly, and I know that Ezra Miller's not going to be there, but I want to see something from The Flash. I have a friend who has seen Shazam 2, and he saw The Flash. He told me The Flash is amazing. He said it's like Back to the Future, like an amped up version of Back to the Future. Michael Keaton is incredible in it, and he even told me at least the screening that he saw a post-credit scene. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it's surprising. So maybe they'll do a presentation about The Flash. Maybe they'll finally make a public statement about Ezra Miller's bizarre behavior. But that's what I'm really interested in. I'm also, more than anything, interested in just reconnecting with people that I haven't seen. I did go to the special edition of San Diego Comic-Con in November, and it was empty. It was empty. It was like Comic-Con back in the 90s, and it felt weird. This is better. It's during the summer. Weather's great. It's going to be in the 70s and 80s all weekend.
I will say, when it was empty, it was great because you could walk around and enjoy the exhibit hall.
But I'll mostly be at the hotel bars. So look for me at the Hilton Bayfront or the Marriott Marina Hotel. And I'm also just interested in walking the gas lamp. And for me, San Diego Comic-Con in particular is like a reunion of people I only see once a year at Comic-Con, and I haven't seen those people since 2019. So, so I'm excited to see them. You know, I have been to other cons, LA Comic-Con and whatnot, but San Diego really, for me, it's like I've been coming here since, I believe 1989 may have been the first time I was there, or 1990 to 1989. Like, I got to go back. I saved all the little booklets, but yeah, I there's something, a feeling. It's not just also the con, it's also the city itself. The city is so great, the gas lamp, and I love it. I'm just curious now, how are we going to cope with, you know, that we have all these restrictive rules in the state of California? How do we deal with it? I don't know. It's going to be very interesting. But yeah, I'm looking forward to DC more than Marvel. Star Wars isn't really doing much, right?
Well, there's Andor, and is that it? I mean,
yeah.
I'm going to this comment. No excitement at all for superhero films, Ronin Blade, or Star Wars. Even Indy, I dread so much. You know, I mean, you know, I was kind of up on Moon Knight and Ms. Marvel, but then to watch how they played out, and then Kenobi comes along, and my problem now is I don't trust one, the creatives, the executives behind it, and I don't trust that they're hiring the right creatives to handle these properties. You know, Ms. Marvel was good for a while, and then you realize that there's just no steam behind the show, and it kind of, for me, it flailed out near the end. And you know, we talked about how bad Kenobi was from just a purely artistic, creative writing standpoint. There's no steam there. There's no passion anymore, and you know, I think that's why maybe we don't really care too much about the news coming out of San Diego. And it's not San Diego's fault. It's not Comic-Con's fault. It's the
Alan. I got to pull off on the exit and get some gas.
Okay.
So I'll be back.
Yeah.
Read some chats and super chats. I'll be back in less than 10 minutes, folks. I'll be back.
Okay. So Matthew Hammond, $4.99 super chat. Thank you very much. Have you two seen the trailer for Rob Zombie's The Munsters? How was this pushed out into the world? It may have helped if it was in black and white. Yes, I think Chris mentioned it a little bit before, but I feel like
I can hear you. The Munsters looks awful.
It does look awful.
Awful.
Yeah, and I think it got pushed out basically because Rob Zombie's behind it.
Yeah, no, it looks terrible. I'm going to mute myself while I get gas, Alan.
Okay.
Cool.
While he's getting gas with his one kidney. Yeah, the issue I have with The Munsters is it's trying way too hard to be a comedy. It's, you know, you look at the trailer, it's a jokier version than the original series. You know, the original series, the joke and what made it work was the fact that all the characters were characters. They played it. They were weird characters, but they lived in the real world, and that they had this, you know, they had the normal world to kind of play off of itself. And I feel like this one knows too much that it's a comedy, and it's being played off that way. You know, you look at Airplane. The acting in Airplane there, the reason it works so well is because every actor played their role and their character with deadly seriousness. Even I forget the guy's name, but you know, the flamboyant one. He played it straight, and that's why it worked. And you just don't get the sense of that at all in this one. Let's see, moving on. Gotham Bad. Do you think DC will reboot their universe? That's an interesting question, only in the sense of I think I could be wrong. This is my feeling, but they tried the Justice League. They tried bringing everyone together, and it didn't work. A lot of that had to do, I think, with what was going on behind the scenes. I also think it had to do with Zack Snyder's direction that he was taking the Justice League at that point. And I think this is the thing we've always said about DC, is that it's run by committee. Warner Brothers was run by committee, as at least at that time when Feige was running Marvel, at least he had, there's a guy to look to. And now, sadly, we're questioning whether that guy has any influence or knows where he's going at this moment. So I think I'm for DC rebooting itself as many times as it needs to, just to tell good stories, which is ultimately what we want, a movie with a good story in it. Joshua Levesque, most people don't wear masks in New York City, and it's a pretty liberal city. Surprising, but cool to see. Yeah, if you watch LA news, LA may be bringing masks back, and good for them, because they'll be the only ones in the country doing that. And we'll see, we'll all look to LA as our beacon of light in dark times. All right, masters of the nerddom. Moses Ingram should be angry at the real people who let her down, the writers, the directors, and Disney. Let me say this about Moses Ingram. I've watched a couple of interviews she did for Kenobi, some appearances she appeared on television shows. Moses Ingram comes off as this really nice, affable person with a really sweet personality. And I say that because maybe she was miscast as Reva. Maybe, it's like me if I were to play evil. I don't consider myself necessarily an evil person. And I feel like if I had to play evil, I would be forcing it, and I'd be overplaying it and overdoing it. And I think maybe Moses's just personality-wise is not meant to play such an evil character, and that there certainly could have been other characters within the Star Wars universe that could have matched her acting ability and her personality as well. I also understand she's a very young actress too. I think she's in her early 20s, and so there's something about living life a little bit, especially as an actor at this point. And I ultimately think she's just miscast, along with the bad writing and the bad dialogue. Akanika, I'm here for indie content. Mainline franchise dumpster fire is interesting, but not my main focus. Yeah, we were going to talk about two movies. I'll just drop them here. We'll hopefully talk about it on Friday. But Baby Assassins is coming out Friday on video on demand. But it's from Japan. It's basically two teenage girls who are assassins by night and teenagers by day. And their handler basically tells them, hey, look, you're earning all this money as assassins, but you need to get real jobs to kind of cover the fact that, to explain the fact of why you're getting all this money. And one girl is an extrovert, kind of the popular one. The other one's very closed and introverted. And so now they have this dynamic that they have to work through while being assassins at the same time. The other one is My Old School, which is a documentary about a guy who basically enters high school, becomes this really popular kid, but then you realize his big secret. It stars Alan Cumming in it, and we'll talk about that Friday. But there's some really good indie content coming out. Ezra Miller should be in prison or mental ward. Yeah, I mean, I read the news, but I hate litigating things online like this. Adrian Curry's back. Hi, Adrian. Oh shit, that's sad that the star has to get into such weirdo trouble. I know that, it's the age-old story of fame and what it does to people. Some people are able to handle it, and some are not. And Ezra Miller is kind of going through all that. Ronin Blade, no excitement. Okay, we got that one. Gotham Bad. What is your favorite road trip? We'll say that for Chris because he's probably getting a snack right now. Let's see. Spidey Sensei 72 discussing geek stuff with some adult beverage sounds like a pretty awesome hang film thread. Yes, tomorrow we have our Attack of the Dock test screening at the Landmark Cinema in Hillcrest, and then a party at, I think it's called U31 afterwards, and we'll be hanging out after there, and I will be there. We have a super chat from Adrian Curry. Thank you for Gore Gas. This will buy a gallon. It will absolutely buy a single gallon. He's in a bad spot in terms of prices. Infinite Main. Chris has to take a gas break. Yeah, I know, right? Darius Munchausen, Rob Zombie trying to J.J. Abrams The Munsters. Yeah, I don't know. It seems a little more obvious in The Munsters than it did with Star Wars. So we'll see. Flaccid Phoenix. Alan is kidney shaming again. Yeah. Yeah, I have two. He has one. That's all I'll say. Infinite Main, $8 per gallon yet in California. This is interesting. I was in downtown LA yesterday. Right now, my gas prices are around the upper fives, so around $5.60. I was in downtown LA. It was at $7 at that point. I was at the Mendocino Film Festival, and there's a gas station there, $10 a gallon, and they even made the paper, made the news for going $10. Latino Slant, where all the nerds at? Yeah, hey, we're all here. Thanks for joining us, Paulie. Let's see if I find some more here. The Munsters were working. Oh, whoops, Chris, are you back? Okay. Shucksy, the Munsters were working class, and oddly enough, people related them more than the Addams Family because of that. Yeah, I think. I think the Addams Family definitely played into their quirks, to each of the characters' quirks much more than the Munsters did. And I think the one thing that, there's just so many jokes kind of built into these characters, and I think Marilyn was not the biggest joke, but that was the whole idea of, that she was the normal.
I'm back, Alan. We just got gas, but now we're gonna go get burgers.
How much was it per gallon?
$5.99.
Oh,
but
there
then,
you go.
Okay, by the way, I thread the needle. I use 3 apps to get gas. 3. I use Upside, which, Upside, you get discount on gas. Then you use another ExxonMobil Rewards app. Then I use a certain credit card that I get 3% cash back. So I didn't pay 18 cents less plus what I saved on Upside and other ones. So we're gonna grab by though. Was there any questions that came in?
Oh yeah, we had a couple questions. Yeah, what's your favorite road trip food, like beef jerky?
Oh, road trip burgers.
Yeah, you're breaking up. Yeah, your signal is pretty bad here.
Oh, sorry about that. We're gonna get on the road and probably about like 10.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so Chris is still breaking. Yeah, speak once in a while, and we'll find out. Just so we know how your internet signal is. Yeah, he's in that spot between LA and San Diego, and so the internet is very spotty in that area. And because I do that drive a lot, that's how I know. Let's see. Oh, was Alan Cumming Boris in GoldenEye? Was he? I don't remember. I will say, here, let me show you something I find amusing. But here's my old school Alan Cumming. He's there's the guy who went into school, and it's the subject of the documentary. He gives an audio interview, and Alan Cumming does the lip sync for it. And so he portrays the main subject of the documentary. But the funny thing is because we're trying to stay in Google's good graces, that we have a profanity filter on our website. And when I was looking up this review again, I realized that Alan Cumming, his name gets blotted out by our profanity filter. So there you go. All right, let's keep going here. Hey, man, first time I took 5 hits of acid at Dragon Con. Tim Leary was there. Oh, cool. Hope you enjoyed yourself. All right, Joshua Levesque, you missed Chris's slave layup. Let's see. I wish I could click this. Yeah, it won't let me click it, but I would show you what that link was. Arizona, I can't type that out. New York is a really respected place. Let's go. Willie, just thinking about going to San Diego and nerding out. Polly, one thing I used to do before I could actually get into the convention was there was so much stuff happening outside of the convention that you didn't need a badge for, that you could actually waste an entire day just going through it. I'm not sure what the setup is this time, but AMCU had a whole Walking Dead kind of obstacle course going on. Was it Adult Swim rented an entire parking lot and had carnival games, inflatables, and then a whole lot of other fun stuff. So there are things to do that you can do without needing a badge. Let's see. Who are we? Aiken. Okay. So yeah. Sorry, if it looks like that it's a part of a conversation, I'm kind of just moving on. And I didn't check. I'll be eating. Okay. So we're getting the conversation calls here. Let me see. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Masters Nerdum. Alan, I think you would be a great villain if you had a mustache and would be twirling it, laughing maniacally. Yeah, it's funny. Sometimes I do that in the improv show and I get called out on that. It's like, just play it normal. Don't be that guy. Jean Hu. The Munsters was a family of monsters before. Okay, we had that one. Let's see. I can make a 519 here. I know. That's pretty good, actually, wherever you are. Here, let me go up here. Jean Hu. No, I did that one. Super Grova. Okay, I get it. Super Grova. Chris is my age, and what kills me is how much hair he still has on his head. I would kill to be able to drive around with whack hair like that. I know the many things we can be jealous of Chris with. This boils my blood. 348 here in Texas. Hadn't been 348 in California in a very long time. Film threat. What could Marvel do to get back on track, in your opinion, Alan? Yeah, that's weird. Why is Film Threat asking me this question? What could Marvel do? The thing that Marvel has always succeeded at was when they let creators be creators. And when you got good storytellers to tell stories. Kenneth Branagh did Thor. And Thor, I talked about a while ago, and I got a lot of heat for it by saying Thor wasn't accessible. To me, Thor was not my go-to comic. And I appreciated what Kenneth Branagh did with that by bringing Thor to a level that the masses could understand and then go from there. I think the key has always was allow creators to be creators and then stay hands off. And there have been certain directors that they allow to be hands off, and there's certain directors they haven't. In terms of television, I feel like television has become the intern show for writers. There's definitely seasoned television writers are not being used very well in the television shows, and maybe by the fact that there's only one writer is the fact that there's not a writer's room. There's not a room of people that can bounce ideas off of one another and tell really good stories. And I think they've also forgot how to tell episodic stories, which has always been my complaint, especially about Ms. Marvel and Kenobi. Moon Knight, I felt like was telling a fairly adventurous story in the first 4 episodes, but once it started becoming once the issue of mental health became the thing, and that they were trying to shove in mental health, that's when the problem came in. Are you at your motel or your hotel? No, you're at Burger King. You are muted. Chris, you're muted. Chris, unmute your mic. Chris, your mic is unmute. Unmute your mic. You can't unmute your mic.
I was going to say, we're just at a burger place off the freeway, so we're going to eat and run. So just keep the stream going. I'm listening.
Yeah. All right.
Okay,
So,
I'll talk to you in a bit. I'm sorry, man.
yeah. All right. Let's see. Oh, I was gonna bring up Adrian. Baked pizzeria combos for a road trip. Let's see. Okay. Latino sign, Polly. Let's see. Oh, $4.99 in Montana. So high, but yeah, still not California high. Let's see. Lucky I'm in NorCal, so SDCC is a bit of a no-go. Yeah, you guys used to have WonderCon, and now we have it down here in Anaheim. Did I do this one? Yes. Rage in the Cage. Yeah, I saw that one. Coming down here. The Munsters. Am I just moving back and forth here in time? Super Grova Kisses. Oh, yes, I've done all these. Okay, kids, I'm off. Great show. Hey, thanks for joining us, Adrian. I appreciate you being here. Rekindled a tiny little part of me that still cares about SDCC. Been years since I felt the excite. Have fun. Yeah, again, this is going to be an interesting year for San Diego Comic-Con. I think even before the pandemic, there's this notion of how relevant is Comic-Con. Is it worth the expense of the big studios coming down? And the fact that Disney was doing D23, that once D23 became the thing, that you saw their involvement at San Diego Comic-Con kind of peter out. CD Sign 69. Sorry, jumped in late because I had to go late on that stupid job thing. One of the best things about living in the Midwest for $4.05 in St. Louis. Not as long as about $2 a couple years ago. I would love it if we were back down to $4. When we were at $3.50 and just saw it not only rise but rise dramatically, that's when life got hard. Okay, I saw Terrence McKenna give a lecture once about 98. Let's see. Tumbleweed, we're going to gas prices now. I just put gas in Texas, $3.70. I think the older IPs were done better because it had less agenda and more storytelling with imagination. Too much real life inserted. I'll speak to the last part. There was a time where movie studios wanted your money, and they would produce a product that they thought would get your money. And so they wanted to tell stories that would encourage you to come in and spend your money on their stuff. And then the studios realized that, no, we don't need you to tell good stories. We just need to tell stories of the things you like, Star Wars, Marvel. And so they started going after all this IP, Twilight, all the young adult, all the YA novels, adaptations that came in after that. The studios just got lazy, thinking that, all we have to do is copy success and we'll come like lemmings. And then now they've gotten to this point where it doesn't feel like that they need money anymore for some reason. I think streaming has a little bit to do with it in the sense that, the box office was always the vote meter, the tally meter. You would always go to the box office numbers and say whether a movie was a success or a failure. But now with streaming, you don't have the box office anymore. And so we don't know what actually is a success, what is a failure, and that's being held within the company. We don't know truly how Ms. Marvel did, and somehow we think Rotten Tomatoes is the gauge of success at that point. And that's why you're seeing that drop off with Netflix, that they don't care. I've mentioned this before. The last time I was in San Francisco, I visited the Walt Disney Museum, and walking through this museum that went through his entire life, you got the sense that he was always on the verge of bankruptcy, that every project he was ever involved in was that was the last one, and that his company would fail. And I just don't think the studios fear failure anymore. Yeah, love it. Okay. Okay, let's see. Alan is confused by Film Threat. Yes, because I'm Film Threat. Let's see. Marvel needs to reset. Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing with Phase 4 here. We don't know the direction they're headed. We got the multiverse thing, Um, you know, with Loki, there was kind of a direction going on, but we haven't seen Kang yet, and he won't show up until Loki season 2 and Quantum Mania. Kevin Feige is too hands-on. Yeah, let me bring this up, and I don't know if you would agree, but you know, Kevin Feige was running things for early on, but not only that, there was the Marvel Creative Committee, Joe Quesada, Brian Michael Bendis, a bunch of the comic book creatives. You know, they were overseeing a lot of what Marvel Studios was producing at that time, and then just before Endgame, you know, they got Iger to disband the Marvel Creative Committee, and so now it was just Feige. And I guess the question I have for you is, you know, did that, you know, was that, you know, was the Marvel Creative Committee any good, or is it the reason why the direction of Marvel is kind of directionless at this point? Alan, didn't Nightcrawler again because he didn't like the makeup? Alan, oh yeah, Alan Cummings. He played Nightcrawler. He didn't want to do it again because of the makeup. Don't blame him. Let me see. Chris Evans better not be cast as Wolverine as rumored. You know, the other rumor was Taron Egerton, but again, I believe that's a rumor as well. Let me see. Are we the problem because we accept bad movies and TV shows because it is streaming? I don't think it's us. I think it's the model. It's the fact that, you know, you may buy a subscription because of one certain property, and that it's unrelated to the bad stuff. So, you know, what influence do you have over making sure that the good products are being produced and the bad ones are being cast aside, or even not made at all? Because it does give you, you know, it does give the studios the ability to say, hey, we're going to produce this woke piece of garbage because we have the money to do it, and we'll just throw it up, and maybe, you know, maybe it'll catch steam, but it won't. Masters of Nerdom. I think mainstream Hollywood is creatively bankrupt. Remakes and reboots are not creative; they're just cash grabs, and they screw that up most of the time. No, absolutely. Again, they're chasing money. You know, if the thing we've talked about recently is why is it so expensive to make these movies? Why was Lightyear $200 million? You know, why are they spending this much money, and where is it going to? You know, even the Lady Ghostbusters, you know, it made $250 million, but you know, those numbers kind of used to be an indicator of success. All right. Film threat. No rebooting. Jean Hu. No rebooting until Hollywood starts telling stories instead of preaching. Yeah, storytelling. That's the thing is, you know, in basic marketing and basic business, products, you know, you create a product because we want it and we want to buy it. Preaching is not that. It's forcing an idea, forcing things on us. Unfortunately, you know, movies, you can't force a movie on us. And I think that's what's happening with streaming is they're forcing their content on us, and we're starting to react negatively to that. But, you know, our ability as consumers to express how we feel about content is definitely going by the wayside. It doesn't matter anymore. Liam and Wells, there's a lot of bad shows Rotten Tomatoes is not the only scale. I know it seems like the audience score is becoming the better indicator of a film's success. The MCU fatigue has settled in for me, but I'm not excited about Black Panther 2. Solomon Thornton, thank you for that. Yeah, we'll see. Let me see if I start at the bottom and move up. Hey, slap that like button so that we can see the nipples. I like Chris's look on his face right there. Let's move on. Supergrova. I always wanted to see a remake, rework, reboot of The Black Hole. Can't believe it's been left alone all these years. All right. I know that one's a long time. I need to find out the story on that one. Oh, here we go. Where are we going here? What dead IP do you think that could be rebooted? The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen? I don't know. I just feel like that. I don't know. I feel like IPs are better off in the hands of fans than they are in the hands of creators. This is the thing about IPs. You have to have creators who understand the IP, understand the heart of it, the soul of its story, the soul of its characters, and understand why people bought into those IPs in the first place. Why we read X-Men for so long, why we read Avengers for so long. The heart of Batman. If you don't understand what made that particular property so popular, and you can't convert that to the screen, it's just a formula for failure at that point. People say you should support companies even when they put out crap like that. That's the way to eventually get a good product. Those are problem people. Yeah, that's not capitalism. Capitalism just says you buy good products. If you like the product, you pay for it. You vote with your dollars. Minority creators. That's what I was always told in terms of Asian content, Asian movies, Asian TV shows. Well, we need to support the community. But at the same time, they weren't producing much good stuff at that time. All American Girl with Margaret Cho. That was a horrible show. And when that came out, Asians didn't get a TV show for 10 years after the fact. CD Star in 69. Ms. Marvel was an okay show. Felt more like a Disney Channel show rather than a Marvel property. With the latest shows from Marvel and Feige, super worried super worried what they are going to do with Fantastic Four and X-Men. Ms. Marvel was an okay show. The thing about it is what I didn't understand was, is it about a Muslim family or is it about a superhero? When they tried to combine it, it just muddied the waters there. And I would have much rather preferred to have watched a Disney Channel show about a Muslim family than I would about Ms. Marvel and her very lame superpowers at that point. Excuse me. Her powers in the comic books were so much better. In the video game there, if you play Ms. Marvel, she has amazing powers. She's a lot of fun to play with. But maybe they didn't have the budget to properly do her actual powers, and it just felt weak. And I've not seen the last episode yet, so I've cringed to find out how exactly they introduced mutants at that point. Fantastic Four is going to be a tough one. It's who they get to write it, who they get to direct it. That's going to say a lot about whether Fantastic Four succeeds or not. I don't know if Chris is coming back, so we're going to go to the 2-hour mark, and then we'll end things, but be back on Sunday. So let's finish some of these things off. Super chat, John Orchard, $5. If you write a good story, they will come. Learn to write stories. Absolutely. I mean, that's, we talk about woke. We talk about, it's not that you can't tell a woke story, but you've got to tell a good story. Whether it's woke, whether it's conservative, whether it's liberal, whatever. We are all starving for good stories. Let's see, where else are we? CD Size 69. Of course, I will always post the suggestions or the comments that make me look good. Agree, Alan. She was a fun character in the Avengers game. She's a fun character. Her Big in Power is amazing. Let's see. The Avengers game was designed around her. It was. If you've played the game, she's the major player, but she's taken a back seat pretty much so far. She's kind of a side character now, but when you play the main campaign, she is the main character. John Levesque, hail John. Thanks for the super. Okay, so which current day MCU and Marvels were like that? Okay, okay. So that was for the super chat. Sorry, I'm running the show here, and Flaccid Phoenix is helping me out great. Carl Urban would make a great Wolverine. Yeah, Yeah, I can see it. Keep it within the Australian family. This Canadian character. Let's see. Let's see. Do we have anything else before we wrap things up? Did I miss the nipples? All right, so we're almost there. Let's start wrapping things up. Just to let you know, we are going to be at San Diego Comic-Con this weekend. Chris is almost to San Diego now. He's going to be at the preview night, but tomorrow, Thursday, we have the Attack of the Dock test screening at the Landmark Theaters in Hillcrest. Join us for that.
I'll be right there, Alan. I'll be right there. Don't end the show without me.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you're back. So. All right, so we're gonna keep going until Chris gets back. Okay, so let's because I think Chris wants to do the announcements. Which director interests more right now to make a hit film? That's a good question. I mean, we'll see what happens with Nope. I think it's a very strong movie, and I think it's for me it was good. And I think Chris liked it a lot more than I did. I had a good time. I'm not sure that I'm exactly floored by the movie. There's that scale between good and great. And it's weird because I think good sometimes a movie can be fundamentally good, but not, be that appealing. I think it's definitely, way above good. I wouldn't call it great. See. Sorry, I'm going to set this one up here. Let's see, Jean Hu. Hey, well, don't forget to like that smash button. Oh, there you are, Chris.
Sorry about that. We just went to this burger place. Holy cow! Like, it's called Eat Crispy Burger off the 5 freeway. Just had one of the greatest burgers. Oh my god, it was insanely good. Very unexpected.
What do you remember your off ramp?
What's the off ramp that we got off? I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out. I'll find out in a second because we're getting back on the road. We're probably going to be in San Diego in about 20 minutes.
Okay. All right.
How's it going? Did I miss any good questions or super chats?
Yeah. Well, let me see. So I'm trying to get to these. Yeah. Classification has been good unstarring things. So.
Well, no, if I didn't miss anything, let me know.
Yeah. So tell everybody what hotel you're staying at, Chris.
No, I'm not going to do that. I'm sorry.
All right. So, so I think we're winding down.
Actually, we're not winding down, Alan. You're winding down.
I am winding down.
We're just getting started.
Yeah.
We're just getting started, man. Come on.
Oh yeah, what did you think? Do you think the black hole?
Oh, I heard that black hole thing. First of all, I loved that movie as a kid. It was weird. I like Bob, Vincent and Bob. Mm-hmm. Anthony Perkins is bizarre in that movie. Yeah. Has one of the weirdest death chortles with Maximilian, the robot. I don't know, what do you do with that? I don't know. Do you make a sequel to it? There's a weird sort of dreamlike thing that happens at the end of the movie that implies that they made it to some weird planet. They just didn't know how to end the movie. They go through the black hole and what happens? But I like that movie. It's basically Jules Verne's 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea in Outer Space. I think at the time it was kind of quaint and it felt the tone of the movie felt dated. It felt like a movie made in the 50s with technology from the late 70s, early 80s. So, Harrison Ellenshaw did matte paintings for it. Mm-hmm. The special effects I thought were great. The character design of the robots, Maximilian, Vincent, Bob.
Well, it was clearly Disney's attempt to have their own Star Wars.
They wanted to, but it's not something you could build a franchise on. They didn't understand it, but they're like, let's just take an old movie we already have made before. Let's just make it in outer space. That was their lazy way of going about it. There was a rumor years ago that they were going to do a black hole ride at Disneyland. My friend Jeff Tucker who at some point we have to get him on the show. We'll get him on the show. We're at the Leucadia Boulevard exit.
Okay.
Leucadia Boulevard, off the
Did you
5
get off
freeway.
at Del Mar then? No, you didn't get off at Del Mar then.
We just, you know what we got to do? We got to stop and get some hard seltzer. That's my drink of choice. Adam's laughing at me. Adam, who respectfully wishes to not be on camera, which is fine. He's a very, very attractive gentleman who looks like Clark Kent. But yeah.
There's a lot of places to go when you get closer to downtown.
Sorry about that.
Yeah. No, the thing about the black hole is, I mean, there are a few people who want it, but is there enough to warrant a $200 million movie?
Nope.
Yeah, I think that's
no. It's very much a cult thing. But then look at Tron. Look at excuse me.
Yeah, I mean,
look
Tron.
At something like Tron. Like Tron has had a cult following. We're still talking about Tron. There were a lot of science fiction movies that came out, in the 80s, and we're still talking about Tron. There's still sort of it's like the audience caught up. I think that Tron was way ahead of its time, not just technologically speaking. Yeah. If you have the Laserdisc box set, I still have it. But Tron was way ahead of its time. But the thing is, I think like my dad had to explain to me what RAM was. He had to explain to me what a program was. Now, that's just common language. Everyone is very well versed. But I feel like in the new Tron, they missed out in Tron Legacy. What they should have done is they should have had pirates. They should have actually literally had pirates in Tron that were pirating stolen programs and material. That would have been. I'd like to see pirates in the Tron realm. But my dad, who worked with computers back, in the 70s and 80s, he worked for one of the car companies and he worked with computers. He had to sit there. He loved Tron because he understood all the references, what they were talking about, the world of it. And he explained it to me. I didn't really quite get it, but I think now, because we live in a time where people understand, technology now. Now Tron is an understandable concept. So I think it'd be great to bring Tron. I feel like the Tron Legacy, I have issues with it. Part of it is casting. I don't think that lead actor was that great. That kind of mixing I don't know. I have lots of quibbles.
Bruce Boxlight there.
The director made Top Gun Maverick, and Top Gun Maverick is great.
Yeah. Well, again, he had Disney over his shoulder.
Yes. The Tron soundtrack, is it? Correct me if I'm wrong. Is it Wendy Carlos or Walter Carlos?
Let me check.
Because I believe
the original. You're saying?
So the person who did the soundtrack for Tron also did music for A Clockwork Orange, and I believe that person.
Yeah, Wendy Carlos.
Okay, I believe Wendy was originally Walter Carlos.
Oh, okay.
So they they went through a transformation, and Walter Carlos became Wendy Carlos. Wikipedia that. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes, you are correct.
I am correct. Okay, cool. I screwed up on the Mad TV thing only because I didn't watch Mad TV. I didn't watch all the seasons of Mad TV. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we grew up on In Living Color, and so it all just kind of blurs as well.
That's true. Oh, yes.
Yeah, same network.
I got those mixed up. All the shows that tried to be SNL. Anyway, yes. So how close are we? We're about 30 minutes.
Yeah. So Wendy was one of the developers of the Moog synthesizer.
Oh,
for all you 80s fans out there.
Yeah. No, it says Arrival.
Daft Punk was inspired by her as well in their soundtrack.
Anyways, we're getting to town in about 30 minutes. Gonna settle up in the hotel, and then we're gonna head over to the convention center to pick up our badges. Alan, I'll see you there. You're about an hour outside?
No, I'm an hour and a half, depending on traffic. How was traffic, by the way?
Blazed through. We only hit a couple patches.
Yeah, it's summer, and also it's not rush hour yet. So
yeah. So I can't wait to I don't know, It's going to be weird. I'm curious to see what it's going to be like. What is it going to be like? I don't know, but I will say this. We can mention hotel bars, the Hilton, Marriott. There is one great dive bar in the Gas Lamp in San Diego that I will be at probably 4 or 5 times this weekend. Just to give you a pro tip. It's called the Tivoli, Tivoli. The Tivoli is this little dive bar with like pool tables and indoor area. It's one of those kind of dive bars that you go to and you feel like you might get stabbed. So I go there every Comic-Con. I never miss it. And it's also got this really cool thing where if you go in the back area, they've got all these pictures on the wall, and it's pictures of the San Diego gas lamp area from like the early 1900s when it's like a dirt road. There's like horses and old cars and stuff like. So I really love stuff like that. So go if you go to the Tivoli bar, just check out like all the cool pictures on the wall in the back.
Okay,
so that's a sense of like how San Diego has grown in 100 years. It's insane.
All right, so if you're in the gas lamp near downtown, CD Sign 69 $4.99 super chat for Tron. They should have used the dark web and program raiders as the antagonists. Would have been a better story. Yeah.
No, I think they should have updated things. Tron Legacy should have used current day like social media. You know, Wreck-It Ralph kind of did that, but not in a clever way. So Wreck-It Ralph, breaks the internet was like, yeah, but I feel like there were so many other ideas that could have been used. And I kind of feel like Tron Legacy could have used more modern day type of like our awareness of technology and actually woven that into the story in a more realistic way.
Yeah, weirdly, Tron Legacy came out a couple years too early.
Right. So, but still that director did Top Gun Maverick, and it's so good. Like that movie, I've seen it 3 times in a theater, and I want to see it again before it leaves theaters. It's just such a that movie. There's rumors that Tom Cruise for Best Actor nomination. I think Austin Butler for sure is going to be nominated for Elvis. That's a lock.
He's won it too.
But Tom Cruise, I mean, that movie could be nominated for Best Picture. It could. So,
Top Gun Maverick. I mean, it could.
It could because look, the Oscars. They're trying to be. What do they have? This movie. They have a new award that's called Best Most Popular Movie. The other thing is, RRR is going to get nominated for international. It's going to get nominated for international, and more than likely, RRR is going to win Best International Picture. It's going to win.
I like how they replaced. I'm
putting my money on that horse. We almost win a whole stream.
They replaced foreign film with international movie because it's
whatever. It's the same thing. But it's all I'm saying is that we almost went an entire stream, Alan, without mentioning RRR. Almost.
I know. This would have been a bad bingo card. Jean-Hu 742 super chat. I hope you guys have a great time at the con. Yeah, I hope so too.
We're going to be we should do some videos tonight, Alan. We can upload them as shorts, and we can upload special ones just for members, special videos just for members.
Yes. Paulie says, let's see a slant. RRR is the best Gore film.
True. It's very violent. I love it.
I think the CGI in Tron Legacy still looks amazing. It puts MCU CGI to shame. It needs. Part of it is the fact that there's a graphic design already in place, and they did a great job of translating it to modern times. I mean, the original Tron was still a feat of computer generation that didn't come around for a very long time in any other film.
Right.
I said that horribly, but yeah.
Yeah, I agree that you said that horribly.
All right, Chris. Gotham Bat, Marvel or DC? Pick one forever and never see the other one again. I know what you're going to say. You're gonna say DC
That's
since
what
you
I'm
know.
thinking. Yeah.
Yeah. So DC's your pick.
Well, yeah. We're getting close here. Are there more super chats or people I want to? How many people are still watching?
We're at 237. And so thank you for hanging around.
I'm excited. I gotta get down here. So I'm looking forward to seeing everybody. I'll probably be at the Tivoli tonight or one of the hotel bars. I'll be at the con. I'm gonna go check it out, obviously. But this is sort of the setup day, you know? This is the setup day. You get your badge, you check stuff out, you kind of walk through the gas lamp, see what's what. But I can't wait. If you watch the channel and you see me down there, please say hi. Yeah. I'll give you first of all, even before all the pandemic stuff, I was trying to get fist bumps to be a thing. I might actually get my wish of making fist bumps happen. I've been trying to do fist bumps for years.
Yeah. Well, the president.
So if I see you, I will fist bump you.
The president made it popular.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I don't know. Let's do fist bumps.
All right. So, hey, let's, you want to wrap things up? You want to talk about tomorrow real quick?
Yeah, well, we'll talk about tomorrow. Please come to the Future Indies You Must See panel. I actually had one of the guys who works on our YouTube channel, Walter Areas. I feel bad because I said, dude, like I saw 2 trailers that just came out today that we're going to show at the panel tomorrow that I guarantee nobody has seen. I cannot wait to show them. You're going to see trailers for things you didn't know existed. You're going to see science fiction and horror. I cannot wait to show you this stuff. It's really original, weird, cool indie stuff. And just bring a notepad on your phone. These are movies that you're going to want to check out. So I can't wait to watch the trailers with you and have a good time. And then hope to party with you Thursday night at the meetup at U31 with Nerdrotic. Gary Beekler from Nerdrotic will be there. And I believe Quarter Black Garrett will be there. I don't know if anyone else. I'm trying to think. Oh, Robert Meyer Burnett is going to be there.
Oh, sweet. Robert
Meyer Burnett texted me. Robert Meyer Burnett is going to be at the meetup tomorrow night. He's also going to be at the screening of Attack of the Doc. So look for RMB. We're just, it's YouTube channels collide. So everyone's going to be there.
Okay, so Deanno sent us a 10-pound super
that?
chat. Hopefully this will get you a drink at the bar. So you take YouTube's 30% cut out of that, and then you translate to American dollars.
Hopefully, all I can say is this. Alcohol is expensive in San Diego during Comic-Con.
Yeah.
I've never paid more for a Bud Light than in San Diego during Comic-Con. So there you go. Alan, why don't you take us out? You can end the show if you want.
Yeah, let's do that. Join us at Comic-Con. If you're there, we got several panels. We've been posting where we're going to be. I'm my pal Al on Twitter and Film Threat Alan on Instagram. Chris, where can people find you?
I'm just that Chris Gore and everything, and I've already posted my stuff. You don't want to hear. Just like go to my social media feed. You'll see what I'm up to. Hopefully, we'll get to hang out. And everybody have a great con. You'll be hearing from us throughout the weekend.
Yeah, and again, visit us at filmthreat.com. We are producing a lot of reviews this weekend on indie films. And we'll talk about a few of them this coming Friday, as well as Nope as well.
And also, Alan is tired.
I am tired. I'm exhausted, and I'm going to San Diego tonight. So.
All right, I'll see you in a few hours, Alan.
All right. So with that, hold on.
I'm at Comic-Con.
Yeah. Hey.
I'm at Comic-Con.
So, Chris, what do we say to end this thing?
Let's get out of here. Let's come on. Let's get out of here.